Hello and welcome to the show. I'm back on Car Mechanic Simulator building some more of the crazy contraptions. I've got various cars actually dotted around my workshop. We have got a W12 in kind of a Mitsubishi Eclipse / Audi TT-ish car, which is an interesting engine choice. It's all-wheel drive as well. I'd imagine pretty damn fast, this car, when you build it up. I did say I was going to build one of these. We have got a Malark, the V6 Malark, the engine in the back, tiny lightweight car with a lot of power, well, relatively a lot of power. It's the DeLorean engine after all, which is pretty awful, but that could be quite a fun thing to mess around with. Today, though, the car that we are going to be rebuilding is the Flammo, I believe is the name of the car. There we go. However, this one comes with a V8 engine in the front, which means that we are going to get, hopefully, a lot of power. I'm hoping an awful lot of power, in fact, out of this car, because there is quite a lot. This is the overhead valve V8, so this is the engine that kind of goes in most of the classic muscle cars, potentially where you see this one. Yeah, there is likely to be a lot of power going on in here, which is, well, good news. The Flammo is not exactly the most exciting car in the world to begin with, so I'm hoping by giving it mini horsepower, we can, apparently I haven't bought a crankshaft, that would tend to be a helpful thing. I've kind of just sort of gone through and bought many parts. I'm playing this in the I can't remember the name, the name for it now, but it's essentially sort of free play. Don't have to worry about money, etc. Just sort of go and have fun building cars up. And having played through this game and kind of like completed the game, or I say completed the game, I've essentially got to a stage with this where I don't really need to worry about money anymore. So I can't just messing about in this mode now because it's just quicker and easier to do that. Alright, so let's get some nice... Oh, that's over that side. Doesn't matter. Either way around, the pistons are in. We're going to have a lovely shiny engine. As I was saying before I got distracted, I'm hoping that this, will make the Flammo a bit more of an interesting car. While it's not quite as tiny as the Malark, it is still a very small car that's going to have a crazy amount of power. Don't know if the game is going to like dealing with it. You see, the last time I built one of these crazy contraptions, it was a... was it the Piccolo monster truck? Physics got very angry. Very, very angry indeed, and I ended up spinning my way around the map and fell off it, basically. So, we're going to try and avoid doing that. If we can avoid doing that one again, that would be good. We will have a supercharger on here, because why on earth would we not want a supercharger on here? Then we will have, thank God, I went through and bought up all the modified or customizable parts that I could, and I'm just hoping that they all fit in here. It does look like they do. I might have only bought one air filter though, but I haven't got any of them. Scoop air filter. So if we go OHV, you should come up with all the overhead valve parts. We need 2 of them. I thought I did buy at least 1, but apparently not. That was it on there, and then we can have the blower on the top. It looks pretty good. Admittedly, the engine's not quite done, but it looks pretty cool for what is essentially... Ah, crap, did I buy these? No, I didn't. Of course not. What is essentially a Ford Pinto, I think is what this car is kind of aiming for. Oopsie, that's zoomed in a little bit too far. The downside of the overhead valve engine, while it is relatively simple, is, well, the valves. There's just a lot of parts to click on, and it's a... yeah. Takes up a lot of time. I don't know why I'm bothering counting. I can just kind of spam click that. Doesn't really matter if I buy a few too many, because I've got unlimited money. I think the standard engine in this reckons it comes with about 430 odd horsepower, which is quite a lot to be the standard supercharged engine. That is, comes with about 400 and something horsepower and 700 and a bit newton meters of torque. So it's not bad from standard. However, this engine is probably one of the more customizable options around, which means lots of parts that are adding on 5%, here, 10% there, a couple of percent, spark plugs and whatnot. You add it all together, and I'm hoping we're going to be getting... I would love to be getting like 1,000+ horsepower. I don't think we're going to hit quite that levels of power. Possible. What's the other car? I think there's one, the kind of Viper-looking car that will get like 1,500. I'm pretty sure. I've run that one at, or got close to it. So yeah, that thing will be absolutely crazy. This, I'm not expecting quite as much. Where are the other? Ah, there's another clip there. Oh wait, hold on. I probably should have put that on earlier because that's a really fiddly thing to get the clip in. Is there only 2 clips? Cool. Less work. Less work for me is always good. And then we'll put the valves over in this, or push rods. Don't really worry about the valves per se, because they're kind of like the valves and the springs and so on are part of the engine head in this game. You don't have to worry about valve clearances or tuning any of that. It's kind of just, it's on there and it's all done. Which, yeah, makes life easier. It certainly makes life easier for me. This car doesn't have exactly the most sophisticated suspension. I'm going to be honest. The amount of horsepower that we are going to be putting through this, we'll have a look at the suspension in a minute when we come around to especially the back of the car. While it does have some ginormous tyres, which is good, very good, in fact, for, you know, and you can get slick tyres on the car and everything, which is good for traction. I'm not so sure that chassis and suspension would really know what to do with the amount of power as we fit on the last of the engine bits. We'll put the exhaust manifold on, we'll get the ignition wires in there. Oh, and then we've got the timing stuff to do at the front. Be important not to forget all of that. And timing cover. Then we could do connecting up the supercharger. No good having the supercharger on the front of the car if it's not going to do anything. That does not help. Alright, so supercharger, but it's not enough to worry about stuff being done up to it. That surprises me, but there we go. Supercharger belt on there. That can go in there as well, and the fan on top of that. Much simpler in terms of you don't need anywhere near as many the idler rollers and so on around the front of it. It's a much simpler system of belts, etc. Okay, that is our engine pretty much done. We will stick in that. We've got a brake servo as well while we're here. A lovely, shiny and mean. It kind of looks like something I would build on Street Legal Racing Redline. I'll be honest. To be fair, it looks more like something I'd build on that than anything else. It's that kind of crazy. It really is. Having said done all of that, we do need to lift the engine up, because I need to put the oil pan on. Let's not forget that bit. That's kind of quite a crucial part of the vehicle. Otherwise, that would be a dumb thing to forget. I'm pretty sure the game doesn't let you drive cars that aren't fully complete, so you're not going to go out there with a broken vehicle and not be able to drive it anywhere, or leak oil. Well, I say leak oil. Oil is not going to go in. It's going to go in and then it's going to immediately come straight back out again. But yeah, the game will shout at you and tell you what you have forgotten before you do too stupider things. Sway bar. I mean, we do have. Oh, do we have a steering rack? Well, that's an important thing. I was surprised to miss that one, but there we go. Steering rack, yes, we do want one of them. And some tie rods. Yeah, I mean, the front suspension is, I guess, kind of average for cars on Car Mechanic Simulator. Perhaps with the exception of the Mallet might have worse front suspension. I mean, this is pretty much as basic as the front of most of the cars we'll get. We do actually have a vented disc brake at the front, which is more than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting, maybe not quite. I didn't know it had a disc. I can remember taking a disc off it, but yeah, I was expecting kind of slightly worse in the way of disc brakes. But we do need them. I'm going to be honest. We're going to need it to stop a lot of speed when we fire this car up. So that's a small bit of reassuring, because that's as good a brakes as you can get. We'll get the upgraded clutch parts in here as well. Unfortunately, can't get upgraded gearboxes, which is kind of seems a little odd to me in some respects, in that this gearbox that was, will go on a kind of couple of 100 horsepower V8 can suddenly manage to deal with a 2 or so thousand horsepower V8. Oh, we don't have a starter motor either. Do they have one in the performance? Let's have... Nope, they do not. Wasn't sure. Not that I'd imagine they would make much difference having a performance starter motor. However, I was just checking to see. That can go in there. We do have fancy shiny exhaust pipes, which is always cool. We'll go over... Have we got it down this side? There should be that there. There we go. Right, then that is everything done on that side. And over here we... Oh, camera. Can we please go and focus on this corner? That's what we want. Right. I do think as well that this is pretty much the standard, you know, suspension layout that you see on the normal Flammo. So aside from the engine, not a huge amount different with this car in terms of building. I'm kind of just hoping for spectacular in terms of performance. That's what we're going for, yeah. Not massively different, and the chances are, if you've been playing through this game, you know, if you're not using cheaty mode, you're not using sandbox mode, there we go, I remember the name of things now. The chances are you've worked on this car many a time. It's one of the vehicles that will come through a lot in the sort of early missions and so on. So you may be a little bit bored of working on these cars, although as you get further into the game, you see less and less of them because you're going to get more exciting cars, so it kind of works out relatively even. Right. Did we? As we got sort of so far, we have shiny... we do have shiny exhaust options. Fantastic for our car. I did get the shiny exhaust option, but bloody hell, this is the shiniest car in existence. It is the shiniest car I have ever made. Look at the neatness going on there. It is almost a perfect... almost perfect. And then we have leaf springs at the back. Yeah, I'm not sure that this configuration would really deal with essentially a drag racing. I don't know what rear suspension. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe leaf springs are. I mean, they're certainly not the way. Did I not? I swear I got shot. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I'm not as good at remembering parts as I thought I was. It was shock absorber B, wasn't it? I should get a couple of A just in case, because I was right. Just in case, because I've got the money to. Yeah, I could be completely and utterly wrong, and I do apologise if I am. Maybe. Okay, apparently I've not done a good job at all of buying parts. Solid. It was a solid rear drive axle. That's the one we want. Yeah, I might be completely and utterly wrong, and maybe this is the way to go. When it comes, it seems like it would never be able to deal with the forces and stresses that are going on. Also, you know, the fact that we've got bloody disc brakes at not disc brakes. The point is, we don't have disc brakes at the back. We have drum brakes at the back. I know most of the braking is done at the front of the car, but when you're in what is probably going to be getting on for 1,000 horsepower. Drag car, you don't really want drum brakes going on in anywhere in the vehicle, because yeah, while the front is doing most of the work, the rear is still doing some of the work, and now that would be terrifying. Right, let's get the leaf springers on over this side. I'm concerned about how this car might handle with our trip around, well, sort of a small flight path with the monster truck. I am wondering whether this is going to do a similar thing, or whether it's even going to be controllable at all. It does have lovely, lovely, massive slick tyres, which is good, but that is about the only thing that gives me any confidence in this car having ability to stay on the road at all, in any way, shape or form. That will be the back of the car. Sorted, lovely, quick and easy to sort out the back of the car, and the optional part, fuel pump. I'm pretty sure that's us all done, apart from the wheels and bodywork. Let's drop you down. I haven't bought wheels as of yet, because we're going to have a little bit of a look. The rim basic 2. I can speak. Honestly, it is kind of possible for me to kind of make sentences, maybe-ish. I think that about sums me up, really. What wheels should we go for on our vehicle? I kind of want to go for something different than the normal ones that I will end up buying, because I'll normally just buy the same things. I tell you what, we will go for Rim Retro 8. Don't know if it's going to look any good at all on this car, and I believe all of these will fit on... Yes, they do fit on everything. Yeah, don't horribly dislike this. Don't horribly dislike the wheels on this. I'm kind of hoping this car has some customization in terms of body kits and so on. I'm kind of not expecting it to. It would be lovely to have a mighty wing. I feel like we are in need of a mighty wing. When you have a car like this, you feel like you are in need of a mighty... Ooh! A tail light survived the disassembly and I missed it. God damn it. And you know what? That tail light is staying. It didn't get taken apart, so that can stay. The only thing that was left apart from the chassis of the old car. Right, let's go and then have a look at what we have for sale in the body parts. Let's have a look in the tuner's shop for the Flammo. Ooh, we have some options. That is good news. Not really much in the way of options. Okay, so we've got front bumper, we've got rear bumper, we have headlights. Sure, we'll go for these. They look hideous. And we have, I guess we're going to need a right tail light. We'll get a right tail light that is one that'll properly match the car. So, yeah, okay, well, we didn't get that. Oh, maybe we can't. Oh, is this going to be another one where we can't put the front, we can't. Yeah, we can't put any of the, like, the front bumper and so on the car. Because of the engine. Oh, that's annoying. Can we actually not put headlights in either? That's I mean, we might need fenders. Okay, so let's go buy fenders and doors. That's a shame. That is a real shame, actually. Left fender, right fender, doors. It was the right tail light, wasn't it? Oh, and the trunk while we're here. Let's put these in just in case. No, we're not allowed. Damn it. So it's kind of a shame that you don't really get much in the way of kind of customization options, really, with these cars. They kind of look how they look. I think it looks a hell of a lot better, let's face it, than the standard one, especially with an engine sticking out the front. Shall we? Okay, left tail light, because it's going to bug me if it's damaged, but I don't want to go and buy a new one, seeing as it survived. So, oh, can we not? Is it really that far gone? Okay, I forgot how much random crap I bought, because, no, well, it really is that far gone. Okay, well, it's staying in the car, because, well, it's there now. Yeah, a little bit of a shame that these cars don't really allow for much customization. It would have been nice to, you know, at least have a sort of front bumper and headlights. You could do that without compromising the fact that it's got an engine, well, sticking out of where the bonnet would be. Shall we go and fill it up with oil? Haha! I didn't forget. I nearly did. We didn't quite get to the stage, though, of going to test it with any oil. I haven't been quite... I wonder how many people were busy shouting at me, telling me to go fill the car up with oil before we go out. Probably a lot. There we go. That will probably do. Let's go and check on that. Yeah, it's fine. Right. That then is everything done. Apparently the car's worth $76,000. Not too bad in terms of price. Worth a little bit more as well if I fix the tail light. There we go. There is no car. Oh, of course, I've got to move cars before going into there. Right, Flammo, go in there. Yeah, you know, I don't completely dislike it. I don't completely dislike the look of the car. We've not got an ECU, so let's just do a test run first. See how much power the Flammo is putting. Not as much as I'd hoped. I say not as much as I'd hoped at a near 800 horsepower car. You know, as you do. Right, oopsie. Okay, we've got 9. No, not that way, not that way. That's pretty good, in fact. I don't know if I can do, oopsie. So if we plus that, 9% will do. Set to the carburetor. Test it again. That might be enough to make it over the 800 horsepower mark. Indeed it is. 828 horsepower. As I said, I was hoping for 1,000, but I am perhaps not too surprised. Okay. I mean, it's effectively double what this car's standard engine has. If we go back to the garage, car will be put in here. If we go, when it's done its thing, we want to go F1, swap engine. So it starts off with 456 horsepower. With, yeah, not quite doubled it, but pretty damn close. How much does this W12 have to begin with? While we're here, because we might as well compare it. Okay, W12 is very powerful. I want that in there. Can we do that? Can we just borrow it from that car? I don't think Gabe's going to let me do that. I'm also guessing you have not a very powerful engine. 150. As I say, not a very powerful engine. It's not a great engine, but in a car as tiny as that, 150 horsepower is huge. In a car like this, it's not exactly as tiny as the Mallet, but it's still pretty small. 800 horsepower will probably have a dramatic effect on the performance. The tyres, I don't know what it is on. I'm assuming it's on. Well, it's on one of these two. It wasn't on the Slick Tyres Plus, so that's what we are going to now go and do, because I want grip and traction and so on. Right, car, don't break physics. Let's go and see how fast you go. Well, this is where everything went rather spectacularly wrong for our monster truck. Shall we see if it fares better in our crazy drag car? Well, it's a little bit stuttery from getting going. Oh god, that's some trees. Okay, so brakes don't really work as I was hoping. I mean, they don't really work as brakes, really. The wall is a better brake. The gearbox is a little bit stuttery, and there we go. We get it going eventually. Once it does start going, it feels relatively fast. I mean, you would hope an 800 horsepower thing would feel relatively fast. Decent enough grip. Oh, not very good across the bumps there, as you would kind of expect, really. We kind of could turn it to a little bit of a lap. It's about as much of a lap as you can do here. Oh, don't lose the back end. It's not the worst thing to drive, all things considered. Brake down there, and turn. There is apparently a way to get out of this map somewhere. Is it over here? If we go exploring, try and find a way. Maybe it's not over here. I don't know. There's apparently a gap in the wall that you can fit cars through, and I meant to go looking for it earlier and forgot about it. So now we're going to go and do it while we're here, because why not? Clonk, 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 jump. There we go. Oops, clonk a little bit more. It's fine, you know, everyone uses 800 horsepower cars to go exploring. It's the done thing these days. Can we go over here? No, it doesn't really look like it, does it? I mean, we're in a different area. Does this fit in the workshops? Again, the Mallark does. Did the Mallark fit at the stairs? Oh, it does fit in the workshops. Ah, we've got another car that can go, power exploring. Oh, crap. We're going to get ourselves stuck a little bit in here if we're not careful. Handbrake around. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Well, this is a vehicle to go exploring in. That's pretty cool. Can we go up the stairs? Oh, we can! How to beat stairs. Use a very, very powerful drag car. Yes. Can we go... Oh, we can go in this building as well. I didn't know the Flammo could go exploring. I thought it was only the Mallark that could go exploring up a lot of these little bits. But apparently that is not the case at all. You can go properly exploring with the drag car. Because that is the explorer's choice, really. What's down here? Another wall. Nope, that's not going to work. Well, post helped me out, really, in all of that. Can we get up those stairs? Let's try that. That looks like fun. Anybody tell I get distracted in these sort of games? It's not a case of should you, it's a case of will the game physically let you. I don't think it is. I think that's a little too narrow for this. Yeah, we're going to Austin Powers it if we're not careful. Okay, well, as far as an exploring car goes, I quite like it. It's not quite as agile as the Mallark, but it doesn't do too badly. That's going to be a post, because I've not positioned myself at all correctly there. Oh, would like a camera that I could control. You can wiggle the mouse as much as you like. It's not going to do anything. Third person is your best bet for trying to see anything at all for most of this. Oh, we're going to go through the building, aren't we? Because I don't think there's another way out. What's through here? Sure, you know what? We'll just cruise our way through. That's going to be a solid door, isn't it? Yeah, it's not a door that we can, not a door that we can open. No opening doors in Car Mechanic Simulator. Funnily enough, oh god, we're just doing a 90-point turn. Oh dear, this is not going well. I think I have actually Austin Powers this one completely because we've got it stuck up against a wall. Can we? It's not really seeming to steer anymore when I do any inputs. It's kind of I can't see well enough to figure out what it is that it's stuck on. Now, okay, we're going to do little shunts here. Nope. You know what? Restarts. We will just restart the test drive, I think. Whoopsie. So, the building exploring wasn't quite going to plan with the Flammo. However, this should be much more suited to the car. After all, it is a drag strip, and this thing is called the Drag Flammo, so we're going to see just how fast it will go down our drag strip. Should be pretty good. I mean, we've got good tyres. We've got good tyres for the car. Gearbox isn't fantastic, but we have got it off the line. That was, we're going to do a quarter of a mile in 10.0. We're going to run out of gears at 265 kilometers an hour. Not bad. Not bad for a Flammo. I will give it that. Yeah, a quarter of a mile in just a smidge over 10 seconds is rather good going. Rather good going indeed. Well, there we go. That is a look at a crazy, crazy drag car. It drives a little bit better than I expected in some ways. As I said, I know it's got crazy slick tyres on it and so on, but it doesn't actually handle that badly for such a powerful, unsuitable car. And it is, as you would imagine, very, very quick in a straight line. I just wish there was a little bit more in terms of kind of visual customization that you could do to some of these vehicles. There are, as you can see, some great combinations in this DLC. There are a few cars that get the W12 and are converted to all-wheel drive that'll be absurdly, absurdly fast. And that's always a nice thing to have as an option. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.